provides a positive contribution to the local economy, but we feel that CA provides the positive change for some areas of the city who maybe don't get to feel the benefit of the university in terms of an employer or educator. CA allows university students to take responsibility of our huge presence within Exeter and the South West in general, and extend our influence into the community who maybe feel the students as more of a disruption or a nuisance than a help. We'd like to just take a few moments to briefly explain what CA does within the city as the second largest organisation on campus with over 1,100 volunteers.
I'm sure a lot of you already know a lot about what Community Action does, but it is the student-led volunteering organisation on campus which provides a lot of opportunities which are kind of showcased up there for students to get involved in the local community. We work hard to ensure that our projects address both locally identified need, so the community get the most out of our massive base of volunteers, and also present students with opportunities that they actively want to volunteer on, to such an extent that almost all of our projects are oversubscribed each week with volunteers. Extra students evidently want to volunteer, and last year Community Action gave 12,000 hours of volunteer time to the local community. Our projects present opportunities to work with young carers, older people, children, the environment, and we also provide special projects which in the past have worked with organisations such as Age Concern UK and Exeter Football Club. We make use of a range of skill sets, from simply enjoying a cup of tea and a chat to our Global Touch project, which Archie did mention on her side, which makes use of students' language skills, providing academic mentors for international students in local schools. Special projects are particularly exciting because they give the chance for students to organise their own volunteering projects where they see a need. For example, last year saw the creation of our European project, which one student single-handedly led, having identified a need in an orphanage in Bulgaria, and which has continued to run its second year this year. If none of these opportunities quite suit, we also run a citywide scheme which kind of pairs students up with our community partners, encouraging them to volunteer with them, which gives opportunities, for example, with the homeless or the disabled. And as such, CA presents varied, exciting opportunities to get out of the often cited student bubble and actively engage the local community.
So every day we see our projects making a positive impact on those who we work with. The young carers we run projects with really benefit, and as shown, often feel like our projects provide them with some of the best times of their lives, giving them a chance to get away from their responsibilities of being a young carer, to meet other children in the same situation, and just to feel like they can take a step back from all their daily responsibilities. These quotes from the older people we work with on one of our relatively new projects, SAS, demonstrate how beneficial our projects are, especially to those people who don't really get to get out that often and meet people their own age, let alone have contact with students who they might not get to spend time with in general. However, of course, CA doesn't just have a positive impact on these people. These quotes from SAS made such an impact on the two students who've started this project this year, and are things they will always really remember. It gave them such a feeling that they were making a difference to the lives of these people, and that they were really giving something back to their local community.
So, why is it that students are so keen to give up their time for free? Well, it is a fact that volunteering does look very good on your CV. Not only do you prove your commitment, but you also develop a number of key transferable skills through volunteering, which are of great use in the workplace. Some examples of these are teamwork, organisation, time management, self-discipline, willingness to try new things, leadership, decision-making, and enhanced communication skills, which are developed particularly when volunteering on a regular basis. For example, two of our project leaders this year have used the skills they've developed to working with children to be accepted onto PGCEs, and so they will take those skills onto their new schools to help other children learn and develop. However, while CV is a big motivation often in people's initial desire to volunteer, it doesn't give a particularly full or representative picture of all the varied motivations or benefits that can be gained from volunteering. For me personally, while having something extra to put on my CV to help me stand out from the increasingly harsh competition in the graduate job market was potentially a kind of initial motivating factor. Having now been a regular volunteer for 2 years, it just doesn't really cross my mind.
In a recent report, it was found that 83% of student volunteers surveyed did feel that volunteering increased their employment skills, but but 95% indicated that they were motivated by a desire to improve things or help people. Volunteering allows students to feel as though they are making a difference to others and allows for self-development in a way they may not be able to develop if it hadn't been for volunteering. All of our projects are student-led, which gives those students the chance to develop as a leader of both the day-to-day runnings of their project and of the team they volunteer with, as well as offering all volunteers a chance to enhance their ability to work with others they may never have met, develop new friendships and increase their confidence. It can also change their perception on life. This might seem a little bit extreme, but it does allow volunteers the chance to work with people that they may never have thought of working with. Before I came to Exeter, I'd never spent any time with young carers, but taking part in community action allowed me the chance to experience this and learn about the way incredible children such as these live lives so different to the one that I've grown up knowing.
Volunteering does also give us the opportunity to address any negative perceptions of students that the community might hold, particularly at a time when students and young people can get a bit of bad press, sometimes an image of being a bit lazy, disengaged or disruptive. Perhaps the best way to illustrate my point is with an example from our own experience at Community Action. Last summer, were the London riots, which spread across the country, causing widespread damage and disturbance to many communities. According to statistics from the Ministry of Justice, of the over 1,700 offenders, over 50% were aged between 18 and 24, at the age of most university students and of almost all community action volunteers. At the same time, during July and August 2011, 20 community action volunteers were running summer adventures, a camp for around 35 young carers in Exeter, in which the volunteers gave up countless hours of their time to provide a really fun few weeks for young people who deserved a break. This community's experience of students during that time was perhaps very different to other experiences of our age group across the country during the same period. Not to say that volunteering necessarily prevents crime or anything so dramatic, but it does go a long way to challenging stereotypes and demonstrating students' capacity to do good and their desire to help.
In some recent research by Be Inspired, John Snow highlighted the fact that volunteers contribute significantly to university life and the wider community through the hours they give, and that volunteering plays a vital role in developing students' community awareness. Evidently, student volunteering is not just an Exeter-based phenomenon. It happens in many universities all over the country, allowing students everywhere to actively make a difference in their local community. A great example of this was our collaboration with Community Actions from Plymouth and Bristol in February, in which a number of students from all universities joined together to redecorate St Sidwell's Community Centre, which made a huge impact on those who work and volunteer there, the local community who use the centre, and to the children and older people who attend some of our projects which are held there on a weekly basis.
So, why does active citizenship in the 21st century really matter? We focused a lot on volunteering, especially within CA, as a kind of example of active citizenship, and covered a number of key issues that volunteering does kind of help to develop you as a person. Not only does it make you more employable, allows you to make a difference, change your perception of life, experience different opportunities, different people, and develop yourself personally. In terms of community engagement, the same research we cited earlier, the Be Inspired Bursting the Bubble report, demonstrates some of the ways in which volunteers themselves recognise their improved relationship with the community, with a better understanding of people, a wider range of friendships, and a greater sense of being part of that wider community. This is also important in creating active citizens for the future who really care about their communities and are prepared to act in order to make a difference.
For both of us, and for the majority of people who volunteer, it's not just about enhancing your CV. It's about making a positive change, be it to one person, a whole group of people, or to other areas such as the environment. CA gives students the chance to do all of these things, and has grown in both projects and volunteers over the past few years, responding both to local community need and to the need of the students. So to finish up, we'd just like to leave you with some quotes from one of this year's project leaders, one of this year's officers, and a regular